Chapter 1. The office looks like it always has. The white paintings with blue lines hang in the hallway. Kota notices the fourth painting still hanging askew. He clutches his folder with the new work computer. He feels everyone's eyes on him. No one says anything or comes close to him. They are busy, thinking Kota. He notices the brain shuts down. He runs like a train on rails. Minutes pass before he is up to maximum effort. Kota throws away the outerwear. It depends on the new silent servant. Kota sits down on his old chair. Still his stuff is there. Dusty. He puts the hat on the table, on top of the green duck. Kota senses a figure behind him. A pair of staring eyes. He sees a lady leaning over his screen wall. We have new rules since your break. We've all got a duck. That means you don't want to be disturbed when you have it in front of you. Between the two of us, only a few people respect it, but that's how it is when things get a little busy. Then you overlook them. I have given you the green, it is the color of life. It's great to see you again. She looks at him, two eager eyes forcing an answer out of Kota. He nods. Slowly he must absorb all the impressions. Many things have happened since I started. Bath ducks. New wallpaper. What will be next? Bath wings and vegetarian canteen food? Laughs Kota. He feels a homesick feeling. Like he's finally home. Security arises in the old habits. Behind the lady, he glimpses a closed cage of slats. She senses Kota's eyes. As you can see, he is still walking in there. He is always busy. One would think the opposite now that the Skavmortars agent has ended. I actually don't know what he's doing in there. We also rarely see him at lunch. I don't know if I should be worried or how I should feel about him. She says. Kota stands up, looking over towards the slats. He straightens his tie. I'd better go in and announce my arrival, says Kota. He brings hats to the butler. The green duck emerges. Kota sugar. So you want to talk to him? It's nice of you. I hope it goes well. Don't get excited. I'll just stick my head in and announce my arrival. The second is his problem. As long as he does a proper job, he can be a drug addict on the side. Answers Kota. He walks towards the police chief's office. You're funny, Kota. She giggles. Go in and tell him to come to lunch. Kota pulls down on the door handle. Walks cunningly onto the blue carpet. He feels the high pulse in the room. The man walks with a tangled mess behind him. He's on the phone, a report in hand. Kota observes. He casts his gaze around the room. Not much has happened since he was there. Only a new newspaper clipping is in a new frame. Kota walks around, draws the many pictures close to the face. An eye rests on Hachimitsu. He sees the latest frame. No dust. It is a picture of a young girl. She looks blank. No facial expressions. Kota recognizes her immediately. The thin black hair, round eyes. Kota can hear her perfidious comments. Longing reverberates in his body. Kota, it was good you came. It has been a bit in and out while you have been working at home. How long has it been? 1 year? 2 years? 2 years. 2 years, yes. Time goes. How was your transfer? Has it helped the mood? I'm sorry to have to move you so suddenly, and without warning, but the crisis psychologist moved. I didn't think it would be obvious to lose such a long progression. You're back. That's what matters right now. Tell Jobin-san. It went perfectly fine. In the end, you were right. Get out of the house and just experience something new. That was what brought about the change. But I'm back and I'm ready to take on some more cases. So spread the word and set the killers to work killing, raping and looting. Kota is in town. You can't say I've missed your humor, but I have tea. Oh, live with it to get a good result. Then let me ask something completely different. What has preceded the duck pond? Kota asks. He pulls out a chair. Sits down, with the leg resting on the thigh. The fingers are intertwined. Kota looks at Hachimitsu questioningly. The man frowns, throws the report down hard on the table. It is the new management. All of a sudden they want a better environment for the employees. I don't know what has gone before, but they have introduced some soft hippie values. Shame I'm trying to change it, but it's the management. I do not decide anything in that direction. I speak my mind, but that's also all I'm allowed to say. It's the new craze, safe environment. Tells Hachimitsu. Kota laughs. He can't help but show his feelings to the rough man. Have you become a grumpy old man? Are you really that old? Laughs Kota. Not so smart. If it weren't for the fact that you were a man, I would have kicked you out of the office. Those women have also started to decide everything. It's like the wife at home. As soon as you let her into your home, a week goes by, and then there are throw pillows and your speakers are thrown into the garbage. What has the world come to, Jobin-san? It's a scandal by now. Masculinity has disappeared. Slowly we demasculinize. Who do you think clapped their hands when the duck farm was introduced? The women. Kota laughs louder. He feels the man's frustration. I can feel that you lack some testosterone in the association. I am happy to be able to help. You feel missed. 2 years and you have no one to complain to. Do you think you get paid more for being a psychotherapist than a detective? Says Kota. Lets a finger slide over the nose. But enough about that. I'm back and we'll have plenty of days for you to complain. I am going to start up full-time. Yes, but you were right. The estrogen bombs have taken over the place. I never imagined such a large number of female cops, but that's how the world has become. I don't even want to eat lunch with them. It's a real chicken coop when you sit down there, and then they are so disgusting to listen to. I have worked as a concrete worker, and there we can talk about dicks and tits, but those women. They can make it sound like a schoolyard made up of kids with Tourette's. You may be right about that. Can you answer me about something completely different? How did the Forest Killer case end? I was not given access to the case file, and have now been asking for it for a long time. Kota asks. Hachimitsu looks at him with a sharp look. He rates superior. Thinking over his words, Kota marks request can go either way. Kota hums impatiently. The sound sets the mood in motion. I can tell you what is in the newspapers. The man got a hell of a lot of years in prison. I don't know what you want to know anymore. I say no more either. You just have to take care of your things and then forget about it. These are the types of stress you get. You take things home, do yourself a favor and scrap everything with that case. Which reminds me, you're not going anywhere near the Forest Slayer either. He's locked up and I've spoken to your psychologist. We agree that you should stay away from him. Is that understood? Commands Hachimitsu. Kota bites her lip. He nods. Discreetly turns eyes. Snort once more. I am still convinced that I can contribute more to the case if only I could gain access to his cell. I know. Interrupting Hachimitsu. The man bangs his fists on the table so that it resounds under Kota's feet. But the case is closed. The hammer has fallen. It took them longer than 1 year to complete that case. How many gray hairs do you think I have gained in the meantime? You will have nothing to do with the matter. It is finished. Do you understand now? I think I have, answers Kota. The voice is flat. He could tear his eyes. Think? It is only for religious people. Hachimitsu snarls. Kota can't help but smile. He senses a sharp attitude from the man he hasn't seen in a few years. Sincerely, he can't help but comment, it's something you've missed. This. Our shit falls towards each other. It's nice to be back. Yes, imagine working with all those ladies. The smallest fall of dung and we have to have crisis meetings about it. It's not to be in. Hippies all tied up. Look to get off. I'm not paying you to sit and chat with me. I don't get paid to be nice either. I'm looking. My management style is tough. Like it or not, it gets results. Didn't I say you were leaving? Hachimitsu hums. He picks up the report from the table. Dives into it with fervor. I understand an illusion. Before I go, the ladies have invited you to lunch. Says Kota, leading. You couldn't have just said it was you who wanted me for lunch. You should name those ladies. The man walks around the room annoyed. Whistling like a kettle, Kota feels he must say no more. Slowly he gets up from the chair, so as not to wake the big tiger in the cage. He goes out backwards, walks with listless steps. Close the door, no sound. Hachimitsu shouts curses. Kota tries to hide the smile behind his palm. Is he coming to lunch? She asks. I have the feeling that he would like to. I think he's actually looking forward to it. Can't you ask him what he wants, so we can make him a plate? Kota asks. Good idea, she says. Unknowingly, she steps on the landmine that is placed in the door jamb. The noise starts. The walls shake. Kota laughs. He sits down at the computer, feeling a rootlessness in the body. At the moment he can't concentrate. The digitized images are a change to examine. Boringly, he describes the violent scenario. Kota murmurs. He thinks ahead. Looking at the clock, he thinks of Akeda. Their appointment had been postponed a few times. Today, she has promised to abide by their arrangement. Meet as friends. Remembers Kota himself. The picture is of a young man. Long stitches along the back. At least 25. Another image of the same man shows horizontal lines along the thighs. Deep wounds. The blood has soaked the trousers. A jealous murder. Thinking Kota, the habit has begun to rust. The same murders and the same type of assault weapon. He feels the routine is about to kill him. Kota yawns. The fingers dance across the table. A mechanical jump. Elevation table. Kota. He raises the table all the way up. Kicks the chair away. He stands stretched out over the table. The lady comes again. She stands with her chin just above the screen wall. With wide eyes, she appreciates the initiative to stand up straight. It helps blood circulation a lot. It's the silent killer. All the magazines write about it. That's why we introduced elevation tables in the office. Welcome back to a new and improved future for office workers. You don't have to thank me for using it, that's enough recognition for me. Excuse me for asking, but I never caught your name? Coda asks. He is looking for an empty column where she could belong. The gaze skates around, like a deer on ice. He senses many new faces. Everyone sits concentrated in their own thin headset, with a long microphone. Yaga, she answers. I must be after your transfer. Otherwise, I feel like I've been here for a long time. But when you're having fun, time flies. Fun? It's a police job. We are not going to have fun. Answers Coda. He pulls back offended, trying to hide behind the screen wall. It's a people profession now, it's great to be able to help. Now don't see it all with such negative glasses. You should probably get into the rhythm quickly. You can look forward to Friday, because it is Ida's turn to bring cake. What are the rest of you in the department with? The management has started to shake us up to increase interdisciplinary work. Says Yaga. She crawls around the screen wall and stands in Coda's square meter. Very close to him, he can't escape somewhere, caught like a rat in a cage. He scrunches his nose. Her perfume is sugary and warm. Cuts him in the nose. I'm sitting with clarification cases. Right now I'm investigating the latest stabbing. A young man of 21 who moved in with his girlfriend in March. According to testimony, it is alleged that he has had an affair with 2 other girls. What happens in such cases is either A. They figure it out together and all is forgiven. Thaw. Murder. In this case, they have found each other on a deeper emotional level, where everything is joy and fun. Says Coda. Really? Yaga asks. No. She stabbed the young man 25 times in the back with a kitchen knife. After he tries to resist, she cuts him deep in the thigh in the heat of the fight, so that the artery is damaged. Left untreated for more than 1 minute, most of the blood is drained, your cognitive functions non-existent, and your ability to clap more than cow, gone. In other words, you are dead. This is my everyday life. I enjoy it. It's not fun, but I still manage to make a decent piece of craft. I'm not a telephone operator like you, so we meddle neatly around my affairs, then I meddle around yours. Answers Coda. His thumb hangs in the air. Towards the office. Then I'll see you at lunch. Says Yaga. Her face is pale. She leaves Coda. The rest of the day he hears nothing from anyone.